You know what's good? Elden Ring. Now, this is not that technically. This is the Xbox One version, shutter, of Elden Ring Nightreign, which is a standalone game, because I've never played Elden Ring on the Xbox One. All the videos I have on this channel are for the PlayStation 4 version. It literally says on the back of the box, standalone game. Does not require Elden Ring main game. That's amazing. So, if you've never played Elden Ring before, or if you're like me, you have a console that does not contain an Elden Ring save, or any installation of Elden Ring on it. You can just buy this disc right off the bat. Sounds amazing, right? Yeah, about that. Look, I played this game for about an hour before recording this video. Eh, let's just move along. What do we got here? I got a Koei Xbox. Where's the other one? I got Nokia. I got Nokia Xbox. We'll do that. I got the Nokia box. So again, if you're going to play Elden Ring, I would argue that the Xbox One version is probably not the one you'd want to play due to well documented frame rate issues. Not the ones that Digital Foundry is complaining about on the PC version, where the frame rate is not consistent, but the can't even hold 30 frames a second during most of the time you're playing kind of issues. Also worth noting, this particular game, Nightreign, frame rates will consistently drop into the 20s. I think on some occasions they'll drop into the teens based on what I'm seeing here. So during this, I guess you could call this a frame rate check, but it's a research stream because I have no idea what I'm doing. As you will find out very quickly as soon as I start playing this game. I am not a noob to Dark Souls or From Software games. I have played on this channel all of the Demon Souls and the Dark Souls games. And I played the PlayStation 3 version of Demon Souls, okay? The true way to the authentic Demon Souls experience. With the Chinese disc anyway. With the Chinese disc, but anyway. But there's also I also played Sekiro, but that's not going to be anything like this. But I played dozens of hours of Elden Ring. Didn't get very far in it, but I really liked it. I think I could honestly say this is the first Dark Souls game I actually liked playing. So that's my review of this franchise. I am not a stand for Dark Souls. I'm not interested in the conversation where you have to be good at Dark Souls to judge it fairly. Screw that. I'm an adult. I've been playing games for 40 years. Get out of here with that crap. I play games if I'm interested in playing them, if they're compelling to me. I'm not interested in getting another degree in computer science to master a game that doesn't interest me. I grew up playing Battletoads. I'm not interested in playing this game with, the gatekeepers. If you don't like this game, that doesn't make you a bad gamer. It just means that it's not your thing. So if my larger complaint about Dark but From Software games generally is that I find most of their combat to be kind of tedious. Uh-oh, I don't like that fire. That's going to be a thing later, so you know, because this seems to be a game. This game does not come with a manual, just so you know. The game also doesn't explain the whole run away from fire thing, because apparently they're doing a player's, what do you call it, a PUBG thing, a player's unknown battlegrounds thing, where if you stay still for too long, the fire chases you. That doesn't sound compelling to me. So I don't know what they want me to do exactly. It's supposed to be able to leave the tutorial, by the way. So maybe I won't leave the tutorial this time. Because maybe they'll actually explain something. System. Yeah, we're not going to end the tutorial. So we'll just play this tutorial. So instead of me trying to skip the tutorial because I know how to play Elden Ring, well, you don't know how to play this. Like I said, I've been playing Elden Ring for dozens of hours. This is not that. I'm also not playing the character I want to use either. It's a tutorial. Eventually, you'll have a choice between multiple range characters and a sorceress. So don't worry about this particular sword wielder. The game will be different. Well, if this is a tutorial, where am I supposed to go? People complain about game design being too handholdy these days in the year of our Lord 2025, but this is the opposite problem. Just don't explain anything. Well, you're playing a Dark Souls game, so you're gonna die. But you're dying here because of stuff that makes no sense. So be prepared to die. This is the prepare to die edition of Dark Souls Nightreign on this channel, I guess. Every area has a number of key locations. They may be protected by enemies or traps, but they often house equipments and runes. While exploring the field, use the map to track key locations, which can offer a great boost to character power. But see, here's the problem. Okay, this is paused. That's good. Because normally the game is not paused. See, this is actually paused. Okay, so that's good. Use the map menu to check for locations of allies, learn about key locations, freely place pins to serve as landmarks or to share locations between allies. The detailed view shows additional info on key locations. So, why? So which way do I want to go? So I guess I could put a pin in that. I can press the left stick to run. Again, like I said, you can't pause the game. See, I'm in the map screen and the game's not paused. I'm in the equipment menu, the game is not paused. Status menu, game is not paused. In Elden Ring, I want to say there was like a secret pause system. Where would that be here? Launch settings to play offline. Game. Yeah, there's no option that I'm aware of to actually pause anything. If there's a way to pause, I don't know what it is. And I'm playing offline. Why shouldn't I be able to pause? If I have to go to the bathroom, I'm going to pause this video, but I can't pause the game. So if the fire's chasing me, I don't have an option here. Wait, there's a dude here. Okay, again, like I said, this isn't the character I want to use, but whatever. I can press the right stick to choose multiple characters. Press the right stick to lock on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lure this guy away from his boys. There he is. Hey, son. Right bumper for a quick attack, left bumper for a strong attack. Or, yeah, right trigger for a strong attack. He's throwing rocks. Yeah, let's soften him up with a light attack. Left bumper, or sorry, right bumper. So right bumper for the quick attack, right trigger for the strong attack. Is that what they're doing? Again, that's not explained, but that's what you need to know. Controllers, control, there you go. Strong attack. So there's an attack with RB and a strong attack. There's a skill map to LT. It's not very well explained, honestly. So that's going to take a bit of practice. Surge sprint. Press the left stick for that. Press left on the D-pad to switch your armaments. On the left hand, press the right stick to switch your right hand armaments. Press down to switch the item. Press up to use the item. Stamp upward cut. Okay, so I have a shield. If I press left, I have a shield. Buckler parry. But if I get rid of it, what do I get? Left bumper. Just use my fist. Okay. You can do a kick. So just don't attack. Yeah, just fisticuffs. Why not? How much stamina does it use? I'm not wasting stamina here. I guess that's good. Thanks for telling me how to jump. No double jump. No horse. Maybe not yet. Maybe later. I don't know. He gets to bust those boxes in the mouth. Destructible environments. Yeah, break it just because. So where am I going exactly? Yeah, I pinned something on the map. Let me go to the map. We'll get our weapons out. Yeah, so we have our regular weapon set, our regular loadout. Press up to use an item, and there is no item. Press down to switch items, and there are no items. Oh well. Where's the map? Zoom in. I can't. Can I zoom in? I can press up or down to switch levels. So there might be an underground and an overground. Left and right trigger to zoom in. Can't do that. So I guess the blue ring of fire determines where I'm allowed to actually go. Press the right stick to zoom in to lay down the pin. There should be a beacon. Where's the gosh darn beacon? So I can run for free. What? Might be another way to cross this bridge. Give me a second. There it is. So the beacon's right there above my head. But is it across the bridge? Oh, there are a bunch of guys here. Yeah, I think there's some guys on the other side of this barricade, but I can't get there. One of the more memorable parts of Elden Ring 1, actually, yeah, there's a dude over there. But yeah, that was definitely one of the more memorable parts of Elden Ring when I played it, was that bridge that I couldn't cross multiple times. But once I crossed it, there are a couple of areas I wanted to mess around with. Because again, in Elden Ring, one of the things I liked doing was kind of getting to the fast travel points and kind of mucking around there. Just kind of seeing where all the fast travel points are and what challenges were around there. So again, if you didn't want to like beat your head against the wall fighting a bunch of bosses, there was plenty of other content to do, which isn't as common in other Dark Souls. I think Dark Souls 2 is considered a boss rush because I mean, I forget. It's been a while since I played it, but it's like there weren't that many mobs. Like doing mob management, like it's easier for me to deal with mobs in Elden Ring than actual bosses. Which the same is true of Dark Souls and Dark Souls 3. Worth noting, on this Xbox One, I have a free copy of Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 3 downloaded. I don't know how I got them, but they were available for me to download for free. So I do own those. Probably never going to play them. I mean, I might dig them out. I mean, every Halloween I dig out a Dark Souls game to see if I can, test my patience again. I know at some point I know I'm going to beat the fat bottom boss at the beginning of Dark Souls 1, but all the progress I made was up to that point. Like I ran away from it, came back when I was a bit stronger, and I almost beat it. But I was so scared I couldn't peek at the I was so scared of dying I couldn't peek at the life meter. So it was comforting to know that I was close to beating that boss, but I never came back to the game. I think you saw those videos. I mean, I never really played it beyond that point. This is the fire. Is there a way around? I want to say there's no fall damage also. Or at least there didn't seem to be any fall damage, if I'm being honest. So I can't cross that bridge unless there's some other trick I'm not aware of. That's where I was trying to go. I mean, again, this is a tutorial. So what do they want me to do in the tutorial? Well, it's a From Software game. Figure it out, I guess. Why explain anything? Lose the mystery of the game. Whoops. uh, guess he saw me. But again, how do I break the barricade to bust him in the mouth? I don't know. So I don't want to fall down that crevasse below the bridge because I don't see a way up. Okay, so how do I bust the barricade? I'm probably not supposed to be here. Yeah, so I can't break that barricade. I mean, I don't have like a firebomb or anything I can throw either. Yeah, I can't bust the barricade. Okay, what's the map? So I can't go that way. But I can go this way, possibly? Yeah, there's something over there south of me. What do I need to do to get to that? Yeah, so I can't get to that. But there might be another way down. Give me a second. Pretty sure I upgraded this laptop, but we'll get to that eventually. So there might be another way around. So I guess we can go south and around. I don't know if this is going to help. I'll just go south and around. South and then west, because we're trying to go west eventually. But what way is south from here? So I can't go that far south. Okay, no fall damage. Can't go that way. That's the blue fire. Don't see a way up. Is this the way up? Uh, is this gonna be the way up? Okay, I need to go that way eventually. Let me see if there's another way up. Yeah, I don't think I can climb that. So I can climb a little bit. Okay, let me see what else is over here. Because I'm reaching the end of this part of the map. Yeah, I'm following the ring. Literally following the ring of fire. This sounds like a thing I could climb. Yes, looks like a thing I can actually climb, but I can't get up there. Yes, I can. Wow. Look at that. Even the tutorial of poses hand-holdiness. Which is fine as long as it's somewhat open-ended and I can actually explore a bit, so I'm fine with that. This is stuff I did not do when I was playing the game earlier. I'm treating this tutorial as part of my research stream now. Because I was just kind of going in blind, just kind of see what would happen. And it's like, I kind of wish you had seen that, but I was recording back then. But there are lots of WTF moments in there, so I'm not gonna recreate them here, but it will make sense when I finally experience some things again for the first time. So I know that blue fire is supposed to propagate eventually. It's just not doing it yet. But again, it looks like a battle, like a PUBG thing where this ring of fire is gonna make the playfield smaller over time. So it's not like, again, I've already been here. So it's not like, see if I can go this way. No fall damage? Well, I guess that doesn't count. Where do they want me to go? Can I go north? Because I can't go north and around, can I? Let's go over there and see what's up. It says this would be a whole separate video, obviously, but again, if you win it again, if Elden Ring starts normally, it starts with a boss you can't beat or a boss you can run away from, then it just becomes a big open world. And I like that because there's a lot to explore in that world. But here, again, this is a standalone game, but it's not. It feels like a standalone game using these Dark Souls assets. You're using the Dark Souls engine, the infamous From Software Dark Souls engine that can't hold a steady 60 frames a second. Because Miyazaki doesn't care about frame rates. Setting a target. Okay, see if I can lure these guys up here one at a time. Hey, bro. So hit him with the left, hit him with the right bumper for a quick attack. He just break that for no reason. It was getting his way, I guess. So I'm gaining experience. I'm gaining dust, like an amplitude game on the top right-hand corner of the screen, which I believe you used to level up. At least that's the way it worked in the first game. And the question is, what do I do from here? There might be some enemies who will sneak up on you. Fair warning. Despite what Stephanie Sterling was saying about Xenoblade X, I would argue it's a bigger problem here. At least in Elden Ring. I forget how bad it was, but let's see. So I made it to the pin. Now what? There's gonna be someone behind this wall, isn't there? Nope, no one's there to jack me as soon as I walked in. What kind of From Software game is this? There's always supposed to be someone hiding here. So what's this about? Isn't Melania supposed to be here? Yeah, this is what's her name? Melania usually hangs out here as in the first game, as I recall. Or at least it's a similar layout. And again, I always did like, some of the art in this game. These From Software games do a very good job with this art style and everything. All the crumbling ruins are a nice touch. Like every ruin is crumbled. Every farm is abandoned. It's a nice touch. It's one of the reasons why people love this franchise so much because the vibe is so immaculate. And honestly, even Valkyrie Elysium tried to do it, but I much prefer playing that game because that's actually a character action game, not a stamina driven, not a deliberately paced stamina driven action game. Admittedly, again, it's just a difference in preference in terms of action games. Either you want a game that's a more conventional, character action game like Valkyrie Elysium, or you want to play a Souls like. There are lots of ways to make a Souls like. I mean, I don't know if Stellar Blade has like. I'll double check the reviews later, but apparently it's doing a bit of the Souls like structure. If people wanted a Devil May Cry game, then it's like, yeah, that's gonna hurt. On a related note, Target was putting a bunch of Stellar Blade discs on clearance, which means you could probably have bought it for like $40 at that point. I didn't double check. I don't have a PS5. I wasn't double checking the price. But there's like a list of like a dozen games I want to get around to playing when I get a PS5. But this will be one of them. But it's a game I can already play on the PS4. So I mean, the only reason, again, on a PlayStation 5, it's just an upgrade to a PS4 game I would already be playing anyway. Even then, I'm forced to concede that, okay, I'm not making any progress here. For a tutorial, it's not very informative. So I just walk into the fire then? Because I can't make it over here. I can't get across the bridge. Is there like a whoosh around here somewhere? Well, if there is, I can't get the whatever these whooshes mean. I have no idea what they are on the map. So I can't get across that. So I don't know. Maybe I can take the safe way down. Give me a second. It might be a slow fall I can take on the way down, but it might just respawn me again. Because there is a safe way down from here, or a safe-ish, down here. It's a shorter fall, or not. See, it's just a dead end. So it's just a respawn point. Okay. So do they want me to just jump into the fire? Because I can do that, because I can't get past these stupid bridges. Hold on. Yeah, I thought there was another dude in the distance. Yeah, it's that kind of game. You see a gravestone, but it actually could be a human being. It actually could be a demon. Can I desecrate these graves? Maybe get some loot out of them? Perhaps not. Yeah, man. I guess they want me to just jump into the fire. Because the game didn't tell me what to do. Is there a separate tutorial for that, by the way? Maybe it's not here. It might be in a different menu, actually. Yeah, it might be in a different menu. You can end the tutorial anytime you want, but this is not terribly helpful. So we'll just eat it. Areas affected by the Night's Tide deplete HP. Avoid staying in such places for long. But unfortunately, that ring of fire that ring of fire shrinks very, like, after, like, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Then you'll respawn at a point where you immediately have to start running away from the fire. So I don't know how to manage that yet. So I think I'm just supposed to die here. But I guess I'll follow the ring to see if there's any other place I can visit while I'm here. Because I've already been here. And I can't cross the crevasse. I don't know what they want me to do. So yeah, everything on the other side of that blue fire is gonna sap my energy. So it's like the ring outs in Dead or Alive. As soon as you leave the ring, you hit the mines. Yeah, I guess I can just follow this, see if there's anything here, but I don't think there is anything else here. I want to say I've killed everything in the area. Again, there might be more to this, but I haven't been able to find out what it is. I created this new video just for the game save. Get to safe fall. Oh, ugh. So I got a bit more experience. But I can't get past these guys. Hold on, is that thing floating? Is that thing supposed to be floating? Anyway. So what else can I do while I'm here? Because again, like I said, on the other side of this fire is death. So which is, again, you would expect from a Souls-like. What's my favorite one of these? Probably Elden Ring, but among the clones, I played more Neo 2 than maybe I expected, but I could not. I played it for several hours, but I could not give you a very good analysis of that game. But apparently, like that was supposed to be the better version of this, like higher frame rates, like triple digit frame rates if you wanted, like wider selection of weapons at the start. So it seemed more compelling, but no one talks about Neo, which is disturbing. 'Cause I think it's Giant Bomb kind of liked it, but no one's really talking about Neo 1 and 2. Losing all HP with a player character in a near death state. So in a near death state, all you can do is move. I understand. Well, can't move anymore. I'm crawling. These wounds will not heal. I might be able to crawl out of this. Okay, so now I'm dead. I clipped through the rock. So again, what did that accomplish? I have no idea. I ended up doing a separate video. But I just wanted to... Okay. So upon death, revives at the cost of 1 level. I don't think I gained any experience. My runes, including the runes for the lost level, are dropped near the location of death. But I'm on the other side of the fire, so what's the point of going after it? Character dies before retrieving the drop runes they are permanently lost. Souls. Nearby foes sometimes snatch up drop runes, and the runes will be retrieved by defeating the offended foe. Okay. Which is cute. That's a nice touch. Now, what was my level? That's right, I was level 4. See the top left-hand corner of the screen? You can barely see that. I want to say this game... Does this game use dynamic resolution scaling? Because I want to say it's 720p, but it can't hold 30 consistently. It'll do it occasionally, but but when you get into serious combat, it'll drop to the 20s. So fair warning. So as good as the game looks, it doesn't hold up very well, unfortunately. So yeah, if I follow the fire, I can't really go anywhere. So really, I'm just gonna. That's the problem. They want me to jump into the fire again. So it's a very dispiriting tutorial. Even by the standards of From Software games and Dark Souls games, this one's pretty dispiriting. And I want my horse. Too bad there's no horse. So yeah, it's good to know this is a standalone game. So that means that's my commentary on the controversy surrounding this game being nominated, because it's not an expansion. It's a standalone game. Problem solved then. But if I can't import like a Dark Souls save, then what's the point? I can't push this stuff. Like, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. Can I jump over it? Possibly, yeah. Okay, never mind. I'm an idiot. Probably should have done that earlier. Seeing those enemies on the other side should have been my tease. Come on, boys. Guarding. Come on, dog. Yeah, a couple of light attacks followed by a heavy, and now I'm losing a bit of stamina, but that's okay. Where's the other dude? Hey, bro. 2 swings brought him down. Ah! Got the jump on me there. Nope. Sprint. Okay, it's sprint. The surge sprint. Was that? I don't even think that was in the original game. After jumping, jump again while facing a wall. Ooh, we have wall jumps like in Super Metroid. Jump in designated direction. Depending on how high the wall may be able to possible to climb it. Huh. You got my attention. Okay, the fire's just there to guide me. Yeah. It's way easier than the Super Metroid. Okay, that's cool. I want to say it definitely wasn't in the first game. We did have a double jumping horse, though. That was fun. No. There's something in the distance. We'll get to that later. So I feel better knowing I could get around the barricades. Again, maybe a more traditional game would say, yeah, go around it. Gotta learn the game. Can I open this? I got a weaker weapon, but I'm allowed to hold 2 weapons. Great axe. I don't like great axes. Rarity and passive effects. All acquired equipment has a rarity and a passive effect. Items of higher rarity are of higher quality. At lower levels, some equipment has greater effectiveness. Passive effects are active while an item is in one's possession. The passive effects of multiple items stack. No, that's cool. Equipment menu. So I can hold multiple weapons. Let's see. Improve charge attacks. Improve jump attacks. Maybe this one's better. Switch. Not gonna switch that, but we're gonna press the right on the D-pad. Stabby, stabby. Do I have to hold the button down? No. Press the left stick. Okay, let's try again. Yeah, press the ooh, okay, that's cool. Press the left stick, press the left trigger for the stomp attack. That used some of my blue meter on the top left-hand corner of the screen. So I guess that's a special attack. Is there someone else around here? Yeah, I'm not able to target anybody. There's no one hiding around the corner, so that's fine. Try a thing. Let's use the right stick. Press the right stick here to lay down a pin. So to the extent that there's a beacon, it's probably inside that building. Nope. But yeah, I played. How many Souls-like games have I played here? I played about a dozen Souls-like non-From Software Souls-like games, like Surge 1 and 2, stuff like that. Didn't really like any of them, honestly. But I need to play more Code Vein because I played through some of the demo, which isn't really laptop friendly, but it runs reasonably well on an entry like a Radeon 550 will run that game at 60 frames a second. You should be fine. I want to say I own the Xbox One version of Code Vein. I'll double check. I'm pretty sure I bought it really cheap. That was supposed to be one of the better Souls likes in that there's more to do if you don't want to, beat your head against a boss fight. So I am curious about Code Vein. Performance of special abilities called skills. Using skills consumes FP. Left trigger. Again, it's the blue bar. The red bar is health. The blue bar is I can only okay. So there's nothing to climb onto. All right, never mind. The blue bar is FP. Bust him in the mouth. Here, ow! Gotta lock on. Taking dumb hits. Now, I like a speedy weapon. Or arguably this character isn't perfect at that kind of thing. But do you like a speedy weapon? So I might need to build. Hey! Brother sneaking up behind me? Gotta give him the beat down with the curb stomp for that. Didn't see a curb though. Another one. So that's the only one, right? Might be the only one. Come get some. Throwing some left bumper attacks. Some quick, left hand attacks. Nothing here I can consume, huh? No one trying to sneak up on me? That's another yes. I knew someone was gonna see me. Want some of this? Come on, dog. Bit slow on the stabby motion there. Just saying. So I went down a level. That sucks. So I went down a level because I didn't know what I was doing. So it's a tutorial. I don't know what you people want. No one's hiding in here? Good. Can I open this without getting stabbed? Oh, wait, hold on. A better sword. And a rapier. Rapier sound amazing. Ooh. Shiny. What's it doing? Let's see. Earthshaker, repeating thrust, multiple periodical glint blades, whatever that even means. Defeating enemies restores HP. Sounds amazing. I want that. I'm dual wielding. Yeah, look at that. I'm dual wielding. Okay, I want the fire sword. Give me a second. So I guess I can put the quick weapon on the left. If I want to block anyway. So I can't put the quick weapon on the left, huh? But this is the rapier then, right? I don't want that. There we go. So is this a rapier? Oh, it hit the wall. That was bad. So how do I do the fire straight sword? Yeah, it looks like it. That might be it. I can't tell, unfortunately. Let me switch that up. Yeah, is there a way that I can, like... Yeah, is there a way that I can assign one? Okay, so now the dagger's in my left hand. Flaming strike. Yeah, that's what I want. Alright. Seems like a good loadout. So we're going up? Yeah, we'll say we're going up. So I got the fire sword in my right hand that can heal me. There's so whoop. Thought someone's whoop. Don't want these things to touch the walls. Character skills. Excuse me, they're going to be repeated after a period of cooldown. I have a claw, so I use a grappling hook. I couldn't make sense of that, honestly. Oh, YLT. Yeah, so I guess it's a grappling hook, but it's kind of hard to wield. Wait, someone's stabbing me? Someone's shooting at me? Oh, that looks important. Just a second. If I can get around them. Am I safe-ish here? I'll say yes. The guy I'm looking for is over there. Okay, I see him. Hello. Wrong way, son. Stabby, stabby, stabby. He's on fire. I should be getting some health back for that kill. Okay, cost an armament. Throw at enemies. Yeah, that's what's up. Cost armament, inflicting lightning damage. I don't want to use that. Oh, what you do? Again! A pause would be nice. Stupid. Again, how do I pause the freaking game? Let's pretend I gotta go to the bathroom. I guess it's supposed to find a... Can't pick that up. Guess I'm supposed to, like, find a safe spot and, like, go to the bathroom then. But again, I'm not online. What's wrong with pausing? Jeez. Again, I don't remember where Elden Ring's pausing system is. Okay, I got some health back. There we go. I passed through a site of grace. Replenishes the sacred flask. That's good. And I can use this for leveling up. Okay. Spend runes to level up on the level menu. Each additional level boosts numerous stats. Yep. Higher the level, the more runes required to help level up. So again, this is the default character, but once I end the tutorial, I can start using other characters. So we'll just go through the tutorial here. Some learning. Can't do level 6 yet. And there's no like is there a place like an Elden Ring where I can just level up just by standing around letting enemies kill each other? That would be nice. I leveled up multiple. I leveled up a lot in the Elden Ring just doing that. It's one of my videos where I'm just leveling up for free. They might have patched that out. I don't know. That's on the disc version. Eh. You can affix your own pins on the map as does your allies. Also stack your own pins atop others. Yeah, sure. So where are we? That pin? So assuming that's where we're going, there's a green pin over there, so we'll see what's up. Didn't mean to drink that. Did not mean to drink that. So I've already been here, so we're gonna go the other way. So a pin over there on the green. That might be another character who needs to be revived. I've been told this is supposed to be like a multiplayer thing, right? Because obviously I'm not going to be playing online. That looks like a one-way drop. So I made it to the pin. Rescuing from near death. Can't perform any action on the basis of not home to live. Near death gauge appears when a character enters the state. Attacking will deplete the gauge to carry out a rescue. Okay. Extended near death shortens while a character remains alive. Okay. Passing through a site of grace. Okay. It's adorable, I guess. Okay. So that broke the state. You're welcome, by the way. So does she have any loot? Is she gonna fight with me? You know, is she an NPC? Is she an ally that will fight with me? That would be nice. Let's see where she's going. Don't run off now. Don't want to get killed. It's gonna be a dragon or something, isn't there? Uh-oh. Bag it! Bastard. Figures. Ow! Okay, can't hide there. So I'm probably gonna die here. Whoop, can't hide there either. Excuse me! Up. Fire! Didn't do much damage. Hey! Stabbed me. Help! Is a serious call for help? She's not gonna rescue me. Yeah, that's a fine how do you do after I saved you, girlfriend. Oh, this is a tutorial. I'm not afraid to die at this point. Yep, I died. Apparently, we're gonna see that guy multiple times during these expeditions. Apparently, the game is structured around expeditions. Don't know exactly what those are about. Again, not explained. So I'm at level 4 now. Okay, fine. Lost all my runes, but if I head over there, I might be able to grab them again. Can I run back to the side of grace? And is what's her name dead again? I should probably, yeah, there he is. Try and get my stuff. Excuse me. Ultimate arts powerful abilities. Let's see what's the ultimate guard's full. Single attack. That's a YRT. We'll do that later. I'm not in the mood. Give me my loot. I think I got all my I got all my stuff back. Excuse me. Can I not leave? I don't know if I can leave this area. I'm gonna find out in a second. And I can't leave. Figured. Okay. I'm hosed now. I knew it. Freaking hosed. Where'd he go? There he is. Careful! And dead. Oh well, didn't get a chance to do my special attack either. Bastard. Well, I might be able to wake her up, but I can't do any attacks while I'm in this state because I'm near death. You know, you gotta get, it's like in Warframe, you gotta get a second wind. It's just like say Borderlands, you gotta get a second wind. Can't promise that. So I'm gonna lose my stuff most likely, but so I can't escape this fight. So So maybe I'll try my onslaught, but otherwise I'll just end the tutorial. Because this is not the game. This is just a tutorial. Be prepared to die, obviously. The game's going to give me a special attack. I used up my bomb already, I want to say, and that didn't even do that much damage anyway. So now I'm forced to play a Dark Souls game. Despite my druthers. Yeah, I'm willing to give the game a chance, obviously. It's just the whole... don't want to play a Dark Souls game thing. Actually, I think I'm dead. Yeah, I think I'm dead. Okay. Oh, okay, we actually have lore. Just a second. Okay, I'll just have to skip this, whatever. You can't hear it anyway. There's no reason to listen to it. The lands between, etc. and so forth. So I made it to the round table. So we're fine, right? I don't know where you got that idea from. I don't even like these games. Seekers of Redemption. So when is that Elden Ring coming out on the Switch too? They're probably working on they gotta be working on the port, but I mean, if that thing doesn't get released, if that thing gets released on a key card, people are gonna flip. But I mean, the original Elden Ring is like a 50 gigabyte game, so it should fit on a 64 gigabyte, card. Roundtable Hole is a nexus for launching expeditions. Travel to the lands between from the side of grace, from the great side of grace. Change characters, which I will do in the next video. Conduct relic rites. I don't know anything about that. Otherwise, prepare for expeditions. Travel directly to a facility of interest. This explanation can be accessed at any time from the visual codex. Okay. So it's a library. So I probably have to go to that codex. So press the menu button, the hamburger button. We can go to the visual. We can teleport ourselves to the visual codex. Before I leave, I'll show you the other characters we'll be messing around with later. But I wanted to do a separate video where I was just focusing on the tutorial. It turns out the tutorial is a lot longer than I expected. The guide contains elementary explanations, fundamental concepts. The handbook explains detailed explanations. Okay. Result history. First, there's no history. So the handbook, FP. Here we go. Stamina is stored automatically over time. Only depleted by actions taken during battle. Okay, that's nice. FPS, that blue bar in the middle for sorceries and incantations and skills. Lost HP can be restored with certain items or by passing through a side of grade. Okay. Dash. I forgot about the dash bar. Dashing does not require stamina, but surge sprinting requires. Okay, so I forgot about the dash part. Okay, so I can focus on that later. Jumping. Also, wall jump. Sacred Flash. Yes, so don't accidentally press that button. Items. Some are reusable, but instead consume FP. Yeah, like that jumping and throwing the bombs, amazing. Switch left hand armament. Wielding with two hands sounds amazing if you want to do that. Each playable character is capable of performing several different kinds of attacks. Speed which they recover, and the damage they deal, and the capacity to break stances. Some attacks can be performed by dashing and jumping. Yep. Hold down the right trigger for a charge attack. Okay. Equip a bow to fire arrows. Arrow stock is unlimited. Hold down the LB button for precise aiming. There's also skills that like one-shot enemies with like really. If you have arrows, you have skills that can one-shot enemies with really fat arrows. Like it's hilarious. So I'll show you that later. Each catalyst can cast two distinct spells. Equip a staff. Sacred Sealer of the Catalyst. Cast sorceries at the cost of FP. Okay. Guarding. Yeah, shields would be nice. Guarding consumes stamina. Using armament in your left hand or both hands to guard against incoming attacks. Can avoid enemy attacks with a dodge roll or backstep. Yeah, they consume stamina. Passive abilities, effective at all times. Character skills, yeah, the claw shot. I have to practice that because I can't make sense of it. But I guess once you get it, it helps. Yeah, like once you get it, yeah, the little video here is helpful. So now I know what those ultimate attacks are for. So am I invincible when performing it? Yeah, it looks like, yeah. So I guess I took some damage that filled the meter, and then I used the ultimate attack. Consumes FP, guard counters. It's a perfect parry. So immediately after blocking, press the right trigger for a perfect parry, I guess. So we'll worry about that later. Where's the part that talks about the environment getting smaller over time? Defeating lands when out on expedition, Merc is accumulated at the round table hold. Merc can be used to purchase items at the small jar bazaar and other traders. Runes are lost, but Merc will remain until spent. Okay. Let me check on a couple of things. My characters defeating enemies. Yeah, I understand that. Okay, so don't stay there, but it's supposed to shrink over time. Let me see what the nearby item shortcuts are. Be quickly selected and used. Item slots can be expanded up to a total of 8. Okay. By using a special method. It's a secret! In other cases, the lingering fancy words appear in the lands between. They're fleeting but resonating with them through touch, replenishes the ultimate art gauge. Okay. Equipment can be grabbed. Victims' grief compounds and their yearnings. Okay. They're shared in online mode, which is shared to be viewed in offline mode. That's cute, I guess. Emoticons and gestures. Give people the finger, I guess. So yeah, what's the prevents recoil from most enemy attacks? Okay, but it doesn't explain the whole blue fire getting smaller. We'll see that later, just so you know. We'll definitely see that later. Yeah, the Knight's Tide. Where is that explained? Finding armaments and items. Mission objectives, sites of grace, spectral hawk trees. So again, what does it mean? No idea. Quickly transmit your present location. Yeah, it's online crap. Round table hold. Material effects. Many phones, etc. and so forth. Victors. We're gonna play the tutorial, huh? Also, while this explanation is displayed, press the X button to replay the tutorial. We're not gonna do that. But if we want to, we can. If you want to fight that boss again, I guess you can. Okay. Don't know anything about this game. Not terribly helpful. But if we go to the character selection menu, we'll be able to see who we're going to choose. I'm going to choose a ranged character for the next video because I managed to have a bit of success with them. So we'll see how it goes. Change characters, find more about the character's background and unique skills. So we got halberd wielder. Iron Eye is the green arrow. Detailed view. Eagle Eye observes more items to obtain from foes, can cut foes with a dagger, creating a temporary weak point. Ultimate arm, yeah, fire a powerful arrow that surpasses sound and ignores any defense. Sounds amazing. Fighters as well. This looks like another tank. I have a mage. That the affinity res use of targets to fire. Okay. Unleash forbidden chant to brand nearby foes with blood sigils. No idea what that is. Tenacity. What kind of character is this? Cursed sword. It can deflect enemy attacks. Sounds amazing. Don't know what's going on with that. So we'll play this game later. Don't worry. I gotta set up some stuff. The tutorial wasn't that helpful because once we actually play a game, you'll see how frustrating things can get in a hurry. So I recorded this with the Plantronics headset with the fat earbuds, plugged into a quad-core Windows 10 Celeron Windows 10 education laptop, 4 gigs of RAM with the Windows 10 camera app capturing this footage at 30 frames a second from the Xbox One from a Vanco video capture device, HDMI pass through to the TV, which is how I'm playing it, to Samsung 19-incher that I've had for about a decade. So I can play on a TV with lower input latency than when I play using the laptop to capture this. So there's more input latency from the Vanco device while capturing, but it's as long as I have the pass through, we're fine. So I'll play more of this later. This was just a tutorial video, which tells you a lot. And I spent half an hour wandering around trying to figure out what to do as well.